What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to talk about pacing, more specifically pacing for an ultra marathon. Alright guys, so I actually made a video about this a couple of years ago, but it got erased. I accidentally deleted it, so I thought today would be a great day to remake that video, especially since I am running a 100K ultra marathon in February. That's gonna be the Rocky Raccoon 100K. And I'm gonna need a pacer for that because pacers are super helpful. I've paced a 100 miler. I did it for Tony. I paced 40 miles of his 100 miler for him. I also paced my buddy over at the Dallas half marathon to get him under sub 2 for his half marathon. So that was when I was fast. I was able to get him under sub 2 for his half marathon. So I was pretty happy with that. I've also paced a marathon, and I've also been paced. Anna paced me for my 100K track work that I did that one time when I did an unofficial 100K. She paced me for that. She also paced me for my 50 miler. I've been paced for a ton of different races, so I know what to look for in a pacer, and I know what to do if I am a pacer. So in this video, we're gonna talk about those 5 things. All right, so the number one tip and number one thing that you have to be able to do as a pacer is be comfortable with the distance. Because look, we are looking for a pacer who can do the distance. I don't want to have to worry about you not making the distance for me. I picked you because you are a strong pacer, and I believe that you can do it. And if you're not able to do that, don't accept the job because you are a pacer. The runner is really needing you to help them complete their race. And if you can't do it, there's no shame in saying, you know what, maybe you should pick someone else because maybe that's gonna be a better option for them. And it's also gonna be better for you because you don't wanna have to try to push yourself to do the distance. You want to be able to push them to do the distance and not have them worry about you. And another thing that goes along with that, being able to be a pacer, is don't complain when you're out there. Like whenever you're out there and it may seem tough, don't act like it's tough. Act like it's nothing for you. Like for instance, whenever I was pacing Tony for his 100 miler, I actually paced him for 40 miles of his 100 miler because he is an older guy, so he was able to get a pacer for the whole race. But during that first 20 miles when I paced him, it turned dark and we entered the back of Rocky Raccoon trails, and that's when it got super dark and the battery on my headlight started dimming. Like it was dimming so bad that I could not even see the trail. I had to use Tony's light in order to light my path. And whenever I was running, I would go to the trail's edge, hit it, and then turn the other way and hit that side, and then keep on like doing a zigzag thing in order for me to find my way down the trail because I could not see. The only light I was depending on was Tony's. But even so, I didn't tell Tony I had trouble seeing. I didn't tell him that I was worried. I just kept on going, not being worried about myself, just being worried about Tony so that he can have confidence that I am pacing him to the end of that race. And that's what I did. So don't act like this is tough. Act like everything is great. Be very positive during your run as a pacer. So yeah, that's basically the first tip. Make sure your runner has no doubt and has full confidence in you that you can do the distance, and don't complain. All right, so for the second thing that you have to do as a pacer is be basically the brains of your runner. When you're running an ultra marathon, especially those longer distance, 100K, 100 mile, people get kind of crazy. Like I know a ton of ultra marathons that have hallucinations on the run. That's just because they are so tired. They're hyped up on caffeine, hyped up on not having any type of sleep. They're running for a long time and their brain just goes awry. They're going almost crazy on the trail. So you have to be the brain for your runners. What does that mean? That means you have to be the calculator. You have to calculate the pace, the distance. You have to know when the cutoff times are. You have to be the brains for them, because if you're trying to do math out on the course, trust me, your ultra marathoner that you're pacing is not gonna know how to do that. They're gonna have to rely on you. So make sure you're able to calculate all that. Another part of the brain that you have to be is tell them when to eat. You have to tell them when to eat, tell them when to drink, because when they're out there, they kind of forget about that. Whenever I was pacing Tony, I actually set my timer on my watch or my phone, I think. I set it for like 15 or 30 minutes. And every time that alarm went off, I told Tony, go ahead and take a sip of water or go ahead and get something to eat. So that's what I did for Tony when I was a pacer. All right, so for the third thing that you need to do as a pacer is be a motivator. So the number one thing that you don't want to ask your runner is how are they doing? Because that is the most typical question that they're gonna get. They're gonna probably say they're doing fine, and the likelihood that they are feeling great is not that great because they're probably in sufferfest mode, especially if they're doing a long distance 100 miler or 100K. So you have to be able to tell them that they're doing well. Like if we climb up a hill or something, you could tell your runner that, you know what, you did a great job climbing up that hill. We're doing great. Let's keep on going forward. You could take their mind off of running by talking to them. And you have to know also when to talk and also when to shut up, because sometimes when you are pacing somebody, you just need that silence to get through these miles. Sometimes you don't want to think about anything but the miles. They just want to see that you're up in front of them or side by side and you're all doing this together. You're helping them do their race. So that's what you need to do. Just be there, be a motivator, but don't go crazy on that motivation because you could tend to be annoying. So know when to talk, know when to motivate, and know when to shut up. All right, so for the fourth thing that you need to do as a pacer is know how they are doing and how they are truly doing. Because as a pacer, you're gonna know how they're doing, and sometimes you will need to tell them that there's no point of going on, you need to quit. But don't do that until you for sure know. And you know what, this is a science. You kind of have to be an ultramarathoner yourself in order to know when somebody is truly done, because there are ebbs and flows in a race. There's high points, there's low points, and when you're at the lowest of the lows, it's easy for you to tell somebody to quit and they will agree. But in ultramarathon, you can get to that low point, but there will be a high point again. Hopefully there will be a high point. So you can't tell that runner to quit when they're at that low point. You need to, try to keep them moving on. But if they are truly hurting, if they injure themselves, or if they can't make a cutoff, maybe that's gonna be the time that you're gonna have to tell them that it's gonna be better for them to maybe take a DNF right now and call the race for them, because you're gonna know best, especially since you're gonna be right next to them. And this is gonna have to be a conversation between you and your runner. Maybe they still wanna keep on going, but if they are truly hurting themselves, maybe it's time for you to call it quits for them. And then of course, the fifth thing that you should do as a pacer is enjoy yourself. Pacing is something different. Whenever you are pacing, you're not running your own race, you're running a race for them. You're almost running on legs that aren't even yours, because whenever I was pacing Tony for his 100 miler, I did 40 miles. Like I said, I was only prepared to do 20 miles, but Tony needed me to pace him for that third loop, and I decided to step up and do it. And then there was nobody to pace him for the fifth loop. Anna was already tired. I was like, okay, I'll pace you for that last loop and do it. And even though I was tired, I again did not show Tony that I was tired. I just powered through, and I probably wouldn't have done the pace that we did that last loop if it wasn't for me pacing. My pacing duties for Tony overtook my own needs and wants. I just wanted to get him to the finish line. It's a whole different experience when you're pacing somebody. It truly is something special to be a pacer, and you need to take this time out for yourself to enjoy that experience, because it is a great experience, especially when you get your runner to the finish line. You see them. For me, I didn't cross the finish line with Tony. I let him go ahead and I saw him finish, and it was just a fun moment for me, and I know a glorious moment for him when he finished his 100 miler. So even though I didn't get a medal, I did get joy in knowing that I did help Tony finish his 100 miler, and that's what you should do too. Find joy in being able to be a pacer for somebody else. It's something that you're giving to them. You're helping them finish their race. All right, guys, that's gonna be my tips. That's gonna be the 5 things that you need to do as a pacer for your runner. Whenever a pacer, do those 5 things and you'll do great. Let me know in the comments what you guys think pacers should do. I'm pretty sure I left a few things off. I always do. So leave them down in the comments. And if you guys don't know me, I am the Goku runner. I ran a bunch of races, 5Ks, 2 ultra marathons. I'll be running an ultra marathon this February, the Rocky Raccoon 100K, my first 100K finish if I do it. So look forward to that on my channel. And if you guys enjoyed this video, leave me a comment, give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.